Guys, number one, if you want to become good at learning Quran, reading Quran, you have to find yourself a teacher of Quran. Please don't tell me this app, that app, Ustad, I can do this, online that. No, gotta find yourself a teacher. Physical teacher is better. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for a teacher that you can see, that you can sit with. If you cannot, then look for something online. I'm a teacher. I teach almost all my students online, but I would recommend offline classes. I would never say that there are more benefits of learning online. No. Yeah? There are more benefits in sitting with teacher learning. Although with online app, this technology, cool lighting at the back, a nice screen, drawing, all of that, can teach you better. But again, physical classes, one-to-one classes, in a masjid, you can never beat that. Nothing, no app, no cool teacher online can beat that. So you look for a teacher. Now I do understand some of my students live in a remote places in the UK where there's no masajid. Some of them live in like situations or places that they don't have a good madrasa around them. So I tell my parents all the time, I tell them, look, even if you have a madrasa, there's not good teacher, the system is not good, they're not learning, progressing, keep them there and maybe get them to come and learn with me every week as well. Yeah? So for those of you who are going to a madrasa, that's not working. For those of you who are going to institute and you're not making progress, please keep going and you can find an online solution as well. The only reason I'm telling you to keep going is because there are benefits you gain from sitting with people who are learning Quran together. There are benefits. Unless it's harming you. Yeah, unless there's a problem in an institute, whatever, unless it's harming you, then you avoid it. Otherwise, go there. Masjid. It's a blessing, huge blessing. You just don't know. Yeah? Now, we come back to this teacher. When you're looking for teacher, guys, this is something I didn't want to expand on, but I am going to. This is a place where a lot of people get slightly confused and they end up in a wrong place. So here's the thing, guys. When it comes to looking for a teacher online, who should be the right teacher? You see, this is very interesting. A lot of time people watch my videos on TikTok. They'll come to me, they message me, they say, can you teach me? I say, well, if you join my online program, can you teach me one-to-one? As soon as I say, so I'm not free. Do you have anyone else? You don't want to be just learning from anyone, guys. You do not want to be learning Quran just from any teacher. You need to look for someone who is qualified. Yeah? Now, this word, if I were to stress on this word, if I were to squeeze this word, I can bring out so many interesting things that you should know, but I'm going to try to keep it very simple. Guys, when I say qualified, you're looking for someone with ijazah. You are looking for someone who have ijazah. Now, ijazah, speaking very generally, is a authentication, permission that a teacher gets from his teacher that he can go and teach someone. This is to explain it in a very simple term. Ijazah is something a teacher or you will get from your teacher to go on and teach Quran. In the past, people will get ijazah. In the past, when I say in the past, after Quran was revealed and we had the entire Quran together, people only used to get ijazah after they finished the entire Quran. In fact, in Madinah al-Munawwara, when I was a teacher, you cannot become a Quran teacher unless you finish an entire Quran and you're tested and you pass with good marks. When I left Medina, a few years after that, they started hiring teacher who only knew 10, like 1/3 of Quran, 1/5 of Quran, and now anyone who knows 2 juz of Quran can become a Quran teacher. So the standards are dropping, yeah? Now listen to me. بلغوا عني ولو آية قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. It's true that you, even if you learn one verse from Quran, you become a teacher of that verse and you go and you teach it to others. But that doesn't mean that you become Surah Al-Fatiha teacher. I learned Surah Al-Fatiha, I'm going to teach Surah Al-Fatiha and that's it. No. If you are a teacher of Surah Al-Fatiha, you should have more knowledge. You should know more. Because your students are going to ask you more. Yeah? So, when I say teacher with the ijazah, I'm saying teacher who had permission from their teacher to teach, and speaking once again in a very shallow speaking, trying to make this very general and easy for you guys to understand. There's an authentication that you get after you finish an entire Quran and you recite an entire Quran to a teacher. Okay? Now, no one ever asked me to show them that. No one even knows about what ijazah is. When people are looking for teacher, Quran teacher, they just look for anyone and just sit down and learn with anyone. Now, here's an issue with that, guys. Look, I'm a Quran teacher. I've been teaching for a long time, yeah? I would definitely say that sometimes you will find a Quran teacher and you're learning with them, and you're learning with them for a long time, but you're not getting any results. You're not making progress. So for that reason, I would say look for the right teacher. Right? What's the right teacher? Oh, the teacher who's fun and every time I'm bored I go to him and learn with him. It's nice. And the teacher who gives me chocolate every time I finish a surah. No. When I say the right teacher, you got to be the right student first. When I say the right teacher, here's a very simple definition. You want to go to a teacher. If you spend at least 3 months with them, you can see yourself making progress. Progress. Let me put more emphasis on this word, progress. Progress is, if you don't know any letters, 3 months later, you know the letters and you are making some progress. Some students make slow progress, some students make fast progress. Sometimes because of you're the student, because of you, yes, you will be making slower progress, not because of the teacher. And sometimes because of you, with the same teacher, you'll be making a faster progress. And I'll give you an example. I do classes with some of my students once a week. Very slow progress. But mashallah, tabarakallah, after 6 months or 1 year, it looks like amazing progress. And sometimes, in the past, I used to teach students 4-5 times a week. And it does not look like they're making any progress. Is it me? I mean, you guys watching me, you guys listening to me probably like me as a teacher. But different students get different results. And I tell this to parents, students all the time. Look, you learn with me for 3 months and you don't think, this is what you're looking for, please change the teacher. I do not get offended. I don't tell parents, stick with me, otherwise you're not going to get any results. No. 3 months, 6 months. If you see no progress, if you think you're not making any progress, find another teacher. There's no harm. You don't have to go to the teacher and be rude, you didn't teach me, you didn't try to blame them. No. It could be many reasons. Guys, look, alhamdulillah, I'm that type of teacher that when I teach, I can forget everything else. I just find it entertaining, as if I'm watching football. I don't know. Who enjoyed football after that Morocco thing? I'm sure you guys now hate football, You would rather watch, news than watching football. But anyway, I enjoy teaching. But there were times in my life, there was few things that were going on. I was stressed about something, overthinking about certain things, that when I'm supposed to be teaching, my mind is not there. Yeah? And I knew a Quran teacher who went through some challenges in his life, and he was just unable to teach. He just could not teach. He would come to school, he just couldn't teach. Alhamdulillah, I'm not there. So even if I'm stressed or whatever happening, I can still teach. Just find it entertaining. Yeah? Find it can distract me, if I were to put it like that. So I can always teach in a fun and exciting way. But once again, you might sit with me and the first day you're learning, you say, Ustad is not fun I thought Ustad going to be fun. He's not. And you just had to leave. No, you got to give me 3 months or 6 months at least. Are you guys with me? So this is very important. When I say a right teacher that you're making progress with. So sometimes people find me not serious. This teacher is not serious, never serious. Well, good enough. Find a teacher who's serious, who you can resonate with, inshallah ta'ala. So that's a very simple definition of the right teacher, guys. Yeah. So even if you don't know, most people don't even ask about ijazah qualification. If he's qualified, sit with someone, and if you see yourself not making progress, then you just move to another teacher. Barakallahu feekum. If you do not make some progress, you need to investigate, guys. So if it works, alhamdulillah. If it doesn't work, you need to investigate, because sometimes it can be because of your own fault. There's something that you're doing wrong, that there is a reason, and the problem is with you. I knew a student who was a very bright student, and he would just go from one class to another class, from one famous teacher to another famous teacher. Oh, I went to this Shatibi Institute, I went to this institute, that institute, everywhere. He never learnt. He never got to master Quran. Yeah? So the problem was with him. He just doesn't know how to stick with one teacher. He can blame whoever he wants. So you got to investigate that. That's very important. Why didn't we make progress? Those of you who are grown up, parents. Sometimes parents here's a child, teach him. And 2 years later, oh, why didn't you teach him properly? Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, parents. How are you? Do you know me? Do I know you? I'm telling you, parents who pay me money, who are willing to pay me, I sit with their kid, teaching them, and they are this progress, no progress, they don't care. Paying, parents who are paying. So you got to investigate. You got to investigate why you're not making progress, if you're not making progress, yeah? Now, we come back here, guys. I would say more important than the qualification. So I'm not the most qualified teacher. You have to look for a teacher whose way of teaching, the way he teaches, is something that you like. When I say way, style. Let's make it style. Find a teacher whose style of teaching resonates with you. Yeah? And trust me when I tell you this, if you like style of a specific teacher, you're going to learn a lot from them. This is something I started doing very early on YouTube. If I like someone teaching about something, I would try to search their name with different topics. I remember back 10 years ago on YouTube, not 10 years ago, 10 years ago on YouTube, if you take name of someone who's teaching very well, a lecturer or something, and you try to find topics, you won't find anything. People did not used to upload videos on YouTube. Now you can. Now you can, even on social media, 30-second video, 1-minute video, people know how to make it interesting, fun. So you can find a lot of people on social media, not even on YouTube, yeah? Not even podcast. You would like their way of teaching. Stick to them. Yeah, stick to them. So, with your social media, guys, I know almost all of you are on social media. Start following teachers, yeah? Start following teachers that you can enjoy, who you can enjoy learning with, and just follow them. And don't just watch their video once, watch it again and again and again. People that I follow, you can go to my TikTok, check the people I'm following. I would watch their videos again and again and again because I'm learning something from them. I like their way of teaching. Yeah? So there's a lot that you can do before you even go to the teacher or start learning with them in a class. Just look at their content, and if you enjoy it, watch it again and again. You will learn a lot. Anyway, so look for a teacher whose style is something that you like. I used to enjoy my Quran teacher's style. He would talk about random things. I used to like it a lot because sometimes I don't know my sabaq and I know I'm going to get punished. And if the teacher starts talking about some poetry, something that I have no clue, I'm not interested in at all, if you start talking about those things, then yeah, I don't have to read. I'm not going to read. So yeah, I used to like my teacher talking about random things. But to be very honest with you, he was very knowledgeable about things. He would talk about different things. I used to like that. So I learned from him that when you teach Quran, don't just teach Quran, teach other things as well. Yeah, it's all part of learning. Anyway, it's very interesting. Like I got a lot of Islamic knowledge from my math teacher, my physics teacher, a lot of life advice. Yeah, from my fiqh teacher. Yeah, fiqh has nothing to do with, you can say it has nothing to do with the daily life, stuff like that. But I learned a lot from my teachers. So look for a teacher that you enjoy their life. Look for a teacher that you can relate to their style of teaching. Yeah, style of teaching. Now, once again, some people would not like my style. They would say, this guy is not serious. This guy is always talking about other things. He's not to the point. Perfect. Go find someone who is. Barakallahu feekum. Now, this is going to be our first stop. Not bus stop, learning stop. From here, inshallah ta'ala, next week, we're going to carry on. I think I spoke a bit too long. We're going to carry on from here. And the answer we are trying to get to is, how can we learn Quran in 2022? So I gave you a few tips and I'm going to summarize them inshallah ta'ala. So if you're trying to learn Quran in 2022, you got to inshallah ta'ala start off by understanding why Quran is important before you even start learning it. Just because it's a new year, just because everyone is getting themselves involved in new programs, new this and new that, you're just going to do it? No, you have to understand why Quran is very important. Once you understand that, and then you have to find a teacher that is qualified inshallah ta'ala, teacher who is right for you, and most importantly, teacher whose style of teaching can resonate with you. You can enjoy their teaching style, and then stick to them for 6 months to 1 year. And after that, see if you have made any progress. If you have not made any progress, look for another teacher. If you made any progress, then mashallah, tabarakallah, stick to them. Stick to them for longer. Stick to them for longer. I would even go one step forward and say, even if you think you're not making progress, stick to them. Because sometimes you expect too much without realizing that sometimes people have unrealistic expectations. For example, someone never opened the Quran. When I teach online in my classes, I sometimes don't force anyone to read. Why? Because I know there are some students in the class, they never opened Quran till since last Ramadan. So I say to them, you have to read. Nah, make them feel bad. They don't want to read. They don't think they can read. And so sometimes people have unrealistic expectations. They never read Quran. All of a sudden they join my class. They think they're going to become Shaykh Abdul Basit. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. No, not straight away. So have realistic expectations inshallah ta'ala. We'll come to that inshallah ta'ala. We'll talk more about realistic expectations later on. Once again, would like to recommend this specific playlist on my YouTube called Future Teachers. I want you to see what the progress that my students made in 6 months, in a year, and that doesn't mean that you will do the same. Guys, some of the students I've been teaching 2 years. Furqan, I think I mentioned in the video. Yeah, I mentioned in the video. It's not like I'm trying to say, everyone will be able to do this in 6 months. No. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you want to watch the entire podcast, click here. And if you want to join our online madrasa, make sure you check this video out first. Assalamu alaikum.